Chapter 15. In the 27th year of Jeroboam king of Israel began Azariah son of Amaziah king of Judah to reign. 16 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Yechaliah of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the eyes of the Lord, according to all that his father Amaziah had done. However, the high places were not taken away. The people still sacrificed and offered in the high places, and the Lord smote the king, so that he was a leper unto the day of his death. And he dwelt in the house set apart. And Jotham, the king's son, was over the household, judging the people of the land. And now the rest of the acts of Azariah, and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Judah? And Azariah slept with his fathers, and they buried him with his fathers in the city of David, and Jotham his son reigned in his stead. In the 38th year of Azariah, king of Judah, did Zechariah the son of Jeroboam reign over Israel and Samaria 6 months. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, as his fathers had done. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, wherewith he made Israel to sin. And Shallum the son of Jabesh conspired against him, and smote him before the people, and slew him, and reigned in his stead. Now the rest of the acts of Zechariah, behold, they are written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel. This was the word of the Lord, which he spoke unto Jehu, saying, Your sons to the 4th generation shall sit upon the throne of Israel. And so it came to pass. Now Shallum the son of Jabesh began to reign in the 39th year of Uzziah king of Judah, and he reigned the space of a month in Samaria. And Menahem the son of Gadi went up from Tirzah, and came to Samaria, and smote Shallum the son of Jabesh in Samaria, and slew him, and reigned in his stead. Now the rest of the acts of Shallum, and his conspiracy which he made, behold, they are written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel. Then Menahem smote Tifsah, and all that were therein, and the borders thereof from Tirzah, because they opened not to him. Therefore he smote it, and all the women therein that were with child he ripped up. In the 39th year of Azariah king of Judah began Menahem the son of Gadi to reign over Israel, and reigned 10 years in Samaria. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not all his days from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, wherewith he made Israel to sin. There came against the land Pul, the king of Assyria, and Menahem gave Pul 1,000 talents of silver, that his hand might be with him to confirm the kingdom in his hand. And Menahem exacted the money of Israel, even all the mighty men of wealth, of each man 50 shekels of silver, to give to the king of Assyria. So the king of Assyria turned back, and stayed not there in the land. Now the rest of the acts of Menahem, and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Menahem slept with his fathers. Pekahiah his son reigned in his stead. In the 5th year of Azariah king of Judah, Pekahiah the son of Menahem began to reign over Israel in Samaria, and reigned 2 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, wherewith he made Israel to sin. And Pekah the son of Remaliah his captain conspired against him, and smote him in Samaria, in the castle of the king's house, by Argob, and by Ariach. And with him were 50 men of the Gileadites, and he slew him, and reigned in his stead. Now the rest of the acts of Pekahiah, all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel. In the 52nd year of Azariah king of Judah, Pekah the son of Remaliah began to reign over Israel in Samaria, and reigned 20 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, wherewith he made Israel to sin. And though in the days of Pekah king of Israel came Tiglath-Pileser king of Israel, and took Eon, and Abel Beth Maachah, and Yanoach, and Kadesh, and Hazor, and Gilead, and Galilee, and all the land of Naphtali. And he carried them captive to Assyria. And Hoshea, the son of Elah, made a conspiracy against Pekach, the son of Remaliah, and smote him, and slew him, and reigned in his stead. And in the 20th year of Jotham, the son of Uzziah. Now the rest of the acts of Pekach, and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. And in the 2nd year of Pekach, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, began Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, to reign. 25 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Eryashah, the daughter of Zadok. And he did that which was right in the eyes of the Lord. He did according to all that his father Uzziah had done. However, the high places were not taken away. The people still sacrificed and offered in the high places. He built the upper gate of the house of the Lord. Now the rest of the acts of Jotham, and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? And in those days the Lord began to send against Judah Rezin, the son of Aram, and Pekach, the son of Remaliah. And Jotham slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, his fathers. And Ahaz, his son, reigned in his stead. All right, let's go back up here to verse 1. Now, yesterday, we seen that the king's hands had changed several times, and we entered now this time where the prophets are really going to start showing up, and we seen in last chapter there was mentioned Jonah, and Jonah was the son of Amittai, and he lived during this time as well as many of the other prophets were coming in this time of this period of time. Amos, Hosea, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Isaiah, and there was many other prophets that we ain't even going to have the scriptures or nothing that they left, as well as some of these writings possibly of Jonah that wasn't even left. So, but today we're going to be picking up here with this period of Jeroboam, this one that how God has contended with the nations, is how God has caused this strife in the nations. And we're going to see now God has been getting angry, and today we're going to find out that God's making an end of it all. God's going to make an end of all this, and because he's reaching the end of his patience. Verse 1, in the 27th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, began Azariah, son of Amaziah, king of Judah, to reign. So 20, now this is redemption. Now witness the law, because that's what redemption is to witness the law. The 7th year, and 7th is perfection. This year, this is the circles, this is the times, this is the understanding of all of that. And what we're talking about is Jeroboam, this period of time where God caused this great strife with the nations, even against Israel. And this is going to be only a witness of what's going to come, see, because twice Moses had to bring the law down from the mountain, and twice will this great example have to be made. Now we're going to find out Azariah, the son of Amaziah, has taken over. And Azariah is those supported of God, and he's the son of Amaziah, and those are those that was strengthened by God. And he does begin to reign. Now, verse 2, he was 16 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned for 52 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Jecholiah of Jerusalem. So, once again, his mother's from Jerusalem, and her name is Jecholiah, and this is the endurance of God, and that's what we're talking about, is the endurance of God, because God's had to endure all of this. All the while trying to bring man to understanding, he has had to endure this. And 16 years old was Azariah when he began to reign. And 16, now 6 is the work of man, 10 is the law, and that's where God's caused you to work now, struggling in the law, even in the understanding of it. And he was going to reign for 52 years. And 2, now witness, 50, the grace of the law and this understanding, even in Jerusalem. For his mother's name was the endurance of God, even in the endurance in these peaceful teachings. 3, and he did that which was right in the eyes of the Lord, according to all that his father Amaziah had done. Well, we're going to find out now. He does do right now in the eyes of the Lord. But you know how much right is in now. If the high places are still there, as we're getting ready to find out, and you're allowing the people to sin. This is what Saul had done. This is what Saul had done, that he suffered the people to sin. Verse 4, however, the high places were not taken away, and the people still sacrificed and offered in the high places. See, this is still going on. God, this is the devoted thing. See, it's still there. They can't get rid of it, therefore they're going to remain in punishment. Why? They won't put this devoted thing away. And we're going to find out by the prophets, for they do love it so. 5, and the Lord smote the king, so that he was a leper unto the day of his death. And he dwelt in the house set apart. And Jotham the king's son was over the household, judging the people of the land. So we're going to see Azariah, those that were supported by God, he gets smote with leprosy. He gets made white. Oh, it's in a little bit different way. See, he was white with leprosy. And he has to dwell in a house that's set apart. He has to go live by himself. Why? Well, he's a leper. And it's a contagious thing. And we're going to see now that his son Jotham is going to reign over instead. And Jotham means God is to the end. God is to the end. God is going to make an end. See, God has reached the end of his endurance. They keep pushing God and testing God, and we're getting ready to find out. God is going to send wrath. These little punishments now, these little punishments are nothing compared to the wrath of God. 6. Now the rest of the acts of Azariah and all that he did, are they not written in the books of the Chronicles of Judah? So we would find there any other witness of Azariah that we would have. And Azariah slept with his fathers, and they buried him with his fathers in the city of David. And Jotham his son reigned in his stead. And that's what will eventually happen. But we'll find out that Azariah is going to reign 52 years. And Jotham won't be taken over for quite a while. Now, during this period of when Azariah was alive, verse 8, 8's a new beginning, see. 8 means there's going to be a new beginning. God is making an end of one thing. He's going to bring something new about. In the 30th and 8th year of Azariah, king of Judah, did Zechariah, the son of Jeroboam, reign over Israel in Samaria 6 months. 30, dedicated. 8th, a new beginning year, this understanding of this circle. See, once again, the wheel's gone round, and it seems like the wheel's going faster and faster, maybe spinning out of control. Azariah, those supported of God, during this period of time now, Zechariah, he's the son of Jeroboam, and Jeroboam was those, Yah has caused this contention in the nations. Zechariah is those now remembered by God. God's going to call to remembrance again these sins because you're constantly throwing it up in God's face. He's just going to reign in Samaria, this place of dregs, now for 6 months. 6 days shall you do your work, and 6 is the labor of man, and months is this period of time assigned to the lesser light. Months, moon, lesser light God gave to rule the darkness or the night. 9, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, as his fathers had done. He departed not from his sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, wherewith he made Israel to sin. And we'll remember Jeroboam, not this Jeroboam here, but the original Jeroboam, that set up the two calves, one in Dan, one in Bethel, and said, "These are your gods, Israel." And they were no gods at all. They were the creation of the hands of men. Why, these would be the symbolism of even the two witnesses, because all this vision is one. God's done this. He's made two witnesses now for you to see. Even these two generations that's going to be caused to pass through the fire of God. 10. And Shallum, the son of Jabesh, conspired against him and smote him before the people and slew him and reigned in his stead. No, so we're going to see Shallum, the son of Jabesh. Jabesh means dry, dried out. And Shallum is retribution. See, Shallum's retribution. Today we would call Shallum payback. See, because that's what it is. It's going to be payback time. It's time for God to get even. He's reached the end now. We'll see, though. God's judgment comes slowly across the period of time because he's subtle now in his judgments. 11. Now the rest of the acts of Zechariah, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of Kings of Israel. And we're going to see now that 12, this was the word of the Lord, which he spoke unto Jehu, saying, Your sons to the fourth generation shall sit upon the throne of Israel. And so it came to pass. Now, and we'll see, fourth was because this was the work now. Even in these generations, God did his work. And we're going to find out this was the work of judgment God was bringing against the people, as he did speak to Jehu. 13. Now Shallum, the son of Jabesh, began to reign in the 39th year of Uzziah, the king of Judah, and he reigned the space of a month in Samaria. So, once again, Shallum, this retribution or this recompense, this payback of God's, he does begin to reign. He's the son of Jabesh, this place made dry, see. He is the judgment, or that punishment weighed out for being against God's word, even this dry place where they do thirst for it. And he does begin to reign in 9. Now there's 9 is the harvest. See, and that's always a good thing to look forward to, is this harvest. And even this harvest of the end time. And 9 is the harvest, and 30th of this dedicated thing. Even in this understanding of Uzziah. And Uzziah, who's Uzziah? We're going to see the prophets are going to mention Uzziah several times. And Uzziah means, my strength is God. See? And Uzziah is Azariah. They're the same, one and the same person. As we have seen in the past, the author does like to slightly adjust the words to fit his meanings. And Uzziah is my strength is God, and Azariah are those who are supported of God, the supported of God. 14. And Menahem, the son of Gadi, went up from Tirzah and came to Samaria, and smote Shallum, the son of Jabesh, in Samaria, slew him, and reigned in his stead. So now Menahem, he's going to come up, and he's going to take over the kingdom. And he's the son of Gadi. And Gadi is my fortunate. And Menahem is the comforter. And he's come up from Tirzah. And Tirzah is this place that's accepted. And accepted in a manner that's accepted favorably, or it would be one's choice. And he killed Shallum, and he takes over the kingdom there. Now the rest of the acts of Shallum and his conspiracy which he made, behold, they are written in the book of Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. So we'll see now. Shallum, he has a very short reign. Now it was only 1 month, and a month now was this, even this light from the lesser light and understanding. 16. Then Menahem smote Tiphsah, and all that was therein, and the borders thereof, from Tirzah, because they opened not to him, therefore he smote it, and all the women therein that were with child, he ripped up. So Mount Menahem, this comforter, don't sound too comforting to me, but the comforter, he goes in now and he destroys Tifsah. Tifsah is that place where they crossed over. See, Tifsah is that place where they tried to jump over. Destroys it, even all the way from Tirzah. Tirzah was even that place that was accepted, and accepted of choice. And he smites it, and the women there, these ones who are from man, even these teachings of men, even the ones that are with child, does he rip up or does he destroy? 17. In the 39th year of Azariah, king of Judah, began Menahem the son of Gadi to reign over Israel, and reigned 10 years in Samaria. So we're going to see now Menahem, this comforter, he's the son of Gadi, my fortunate. He's going to reign for 10 years. 10, the law. Years, this understanding, even these circles going around in the place of the dregs. Samaria. And it happens in the 39th year, even the harvest of this dedicated thing, this understanding that's dedicated for the end time, this reign of Azariah, those that were supported of God. And we'll see Azariah and Uzziah now are one and the same. 18. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not all his days from the sins of the Jeroboam the son of Nebat, wherewith he made Israel to sin. And once again, we'll see, they still go to this alternative altar. They're still bound down to the calf. They're kissing the calf, as we're going to find out later on. They still do not understand or have any understanding. God has still got them in confusion. And any time you're bound down to these idols, God's got you in confusion. God does this to you because you've turned from the Lord your God, see. 19. There came against the land Pul, the king of Assyria, and Menahem gave Pul 1,000 talents of silver, that his hand might be with him, to confirm the kingdom in his hand. So now this comforter, he's going to give Pul is the distinguished, those that are distinguished. The comforter now, he's going to give the distinguished 1,000 talents of silver. And 1,000 is now this fulfillment talent, those little rounds of silver. And this silver is that which God passes through the fire, that which is given, even like gold is the greater light, silver is the lesser light. Even this lesser of that which has to pass through the fire. Of course, God is saying this is the punishment God is dealing out. This is the punishment God's dealing out. 20. And Menahem exacted the money of Israel, even all the mighty men of wealth, of each 50 shekels of silver, to give to the king of Assyria. So the king of Assyria turned back and stayed not there in the land. And Assyria means the Asher, those of the Asher, those of the step, those of progress. Asher was one of the descendants of Noah. We'll see here that Menahem, the comforter, has exacted now of all the wealthy people of Israel 50 shekels. 50 now is the grace of the law. Shekels is weighed out, see. And that is because God's already exacted the punishment now for the violations of his law. All these things have been done, weighed out and measured out. See, it's been assigned. 21. Now the rest of the acts of Menahem and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel? And he slept with his fathers, and Pekahiah his son reigned in his stead. So now Menahem is passed on, the comforter, and Pekahiah is going to reign in his stead. And Pekahiah means my God is opened. And basically it even means the opened eyes of God. 23. In the 50th year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekahiah, the son of Menahem, began to reign over Israel in Samaria, and reigned for 2 years. And the 50th year now, 50th, once again, grace is the law. The law is grace in understanding. law is grace, and these circles going round. God has pointed out the problem. It's these false altars. It's these idolatry that's going on. This is the problem on both sides. Both sides. See, because God has caused this great wrath to fall out now. Didn't God give all the nations, all the host of heaven to worship? But unto Israel, he said, I will be your God. This was the example. See, now God's given them over to all the host of heaven. And that's what we're seeing happen here. Pekahiah, he's going to reign for 2 years. 2 years now. Witness this understanding. Witness this understanding. 24. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, wherewith he made Israel to sin. Once again, over and over and over and over. We're going to make this known till someone can hear it, someone understands. It's simple as you can be. It's like the nose on your face. Maybe you can't see it, but it's there. The sins of Jeroboam, and how God caused the nations to strive. He caused the strife of the nations by these alternative altars that Jeroboam had raised up. See, God has already prophesied what's going to happen to them altars. What's going to happen to all the ashes that are on them altars. I just hope no one's around them altars when it happens. 25, and Pekach, the son of Remaliah, his captains conspired against him, and smote him and Shemariah in the castle of the king's house, by Argob, and by Ariach, and with him were 50 men of Gileadites, and he slew him and reigned in his stead. So now Pekach, this one with the opened eyes, slays Pekahiah, and he is the son of Remaliah. And Remaliah is those that are protected of my God. My God has protected them, see, because he's going to use them as an example. And he has killed Pekahiah. He was the captain, his captain, and he was over his army, see. He was the one whose eyes were opened. And he smote him in Shemariah, even in this place of the dregs, in the king's castle, in the king's own house, there by Argob. And by Argob is this place where the clods are piled up. And these clods, these clods are left after you plow. And these are the clods when they come through and hoeing out the ground that they can't break up, and they take them now. These hard clods of earth, and they pile them up. Ariach means the lion tears. As the lion tears. And this is because God, see now, when he plows up and his judgment comes through, see, it will be just like a lion tearing, because this is the punishment that comes. And with them were these 50 men. Once again, grace is in the law. These judgments is the grace of God trying to show himself to you. See, God wants you to be obedient. First, you got to understand that there is a God. And he does talk to men, and he does walk with men, if you will be obedient. And he's slain him. Now the rest of the acts of Pekahiah and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. 27. And in the 52nd year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekach, the son of Remaliah, began to reign over Israel and Shemariah, and he reigned for 20 years. And there would be redemption in this understanding. Now, witness the grace of the law here and the understanding of it. God punishing, God's judging. He's called this strife amongst these kings. Why? They have not put away the high places. They have not put away the sins wherewith Jeroboam caused them to sin, and that they turn to another altar. 28. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, wherewith he made Israel to sin. Over and over and over, we're going to have using these false idol, this altar, this other altar that they made. Nobody told them to make this altar. Nobody gave them permission to make this place to go bow down to. This is what that Asherah is. This is what that step up is. This place where they bow down. See? It's an altar they've made for themselves. 29. In the days of Pekah, king of Israel, came Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and took Eion, and Abel-Beth-Maachah, and Yanach, and Kadesh Hazor, and Gilead, Galilee, and all the land of Naphtali, and he carried them captive to Assyria. We knew it was coming, this captivity. When did it come? And it come in the days of Pekah. These ones that had their eyes open, they thought they had their eyes open. They'll have their eyes open when they wake up. What's going to happen? They're going to realize they've been delivered. Now, they've been delivered up. This Tiglath-Pileser, it comes from a foreign name. Tiglath means you will uncover this agreement. And what is the agreement? We know what the great agreement is. He's the king of Assyria. He's the king of this step. He's the king of this step up, this progress. And he's took Eion. And Eion is that place that is to be wrung out. Like you would take a rag in your hands and wring it out. Because that's what God's going to do. He's going to wring it out. Even Abel-Beth-Maachah. Abel-Beth-Maachah is that house. That meadow there by the house of oppression. And Yanoach is at rest. Yah is at rest. Kadesh is that holy place. And Hazor is castle, even the palace. Galilee, the rolling. Those that go around, see. And that's what he's doing. This twisting. And this Galilee, this rolling, this land of Naphtali. That's what it is, this twisting. God is wringing it out. See, he's taking this rag and he's twisting it. And he's wringing it out. See. And Hoshea, the son of Elah, made a conspiracy against Pekah, the son of Ramaliah. And he smote him and slew him, and he reigned in his stead in the 20th year of Jotham, the son of Uzziah. So now, Hoshea, though saved, he's the son of Elah. Elah is this oak tree. Oak tree is that which has great shadow, this great shade. He is going to slay Pekah, the one with his eyes open. He is the son of Ramaliah, and those are those protected of God. And he does it now in the 20th year of Jotham, the son of Uzziah. And in the 20th year, redemption, see, in this understanding. Even God has an end. God is going to make an end now. He's the son of Uzziah, or the son of Azariah. They're the same person. Jotham is, God is the end now. God is going to make an end. 31. Now the rest of the acts of Pekah and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. And if there was any further witness, we would find it there. In the 2nd year of Pekah, the son of Ramaliah, king of Israel, began Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, to reign. Now, in the 2nd year, witness this understanding now. Even the ones with his eyes open. He was the son of those that were protected by God. Now the king, Jotham, is going to begin to reign. And Jotham was already judging the people there at the gate, this place of decision. He's the son of Uzziah or Azariah. They are one in the same person. 33, 25 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Eryashah, the daughter of Zadok. So now Jotham, God has an end, is 20 and 5 years old. Now grace is this redemption and this understanding, and he is going to reign for 16 years. Now, while man's working in the law, even in this understanding, he's going to reign over Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is that place of the peaceful teachings. And his mother's name was Eryashah. And Eryashah means those that are dispossessed. She's the daughter of Zadok. See, Zadok are the righteous. Zadok are these ones that are the righteous. And she's the daughter of them. These ones that will be dispossessed. 34, and he did that which was right in the eyes of the Lord. He did according to that his father Uzziah had done. So he's going to do the right thing, is he? 35. However, the high places were not taken away. The people still sacrificed and offered in the high places. He built the upper gate of the house of the Lord. This upper gate, even this understanding of this decision. This upper gate would be that place which is higher, this lifted up, this decision. Because in the end, God is going to give you a great decision. He's going to make this example plain and clear. See? Plain and clear so you can understand and make your decision rightfully. 36. Now the rest of the acts of Jotham and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah? And there that we would find it. In those days, 37, the Lord began to send against Judah Rezin, the king of Edom, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah. So, God's going to begin to send against Judah around this same period of time, Rezin, and he is the king of Edom. Edom was those enlightened ones, once again. Rezin is the favored. He's going to be the favored one of the enlightened ones. And Pekah, once again, are those that have their eyes been opened. He's going to send them now against Judah. 38, and Jotham slept with his fathers and was buried in his fathers in the city of David, his father. And Ahaz, his son, reigned in his stead. So now we're going to see Jotham has died, and Ahaz, most people would call him Ahaz, he is going to reign in his stead. And Ahaz means grasped or taken hold of. See, because that's what God's going to do. He's going to take hold of this. In the end, God's going to take charge. See, God is going to take hold of in judgment. God is going to cause this to happen. God has been prophesying from the beginning what he's going to do. And we see now both sides are still continuing in the sins, in these ways, these high places even that they've made for themselves. Great wrath is coming. The prophets, we can go read the prophets, and the prophets are prophesying of it now. See, it's already started. And we're going to find that out when we get there. And we're getting there. All right, we're going to move on now. Chapter 16.